18 August 2021. Good evening. You are listening News Today on Online News Hunt. Before we begin the bulletin, Online News Hunt appeals to all its listeners to stay safe from COVID-19 pandemic. Continue to take precautions such as wearing your face mask, use sanitizers and maintain physical distancing each time you step outside to defeat the pandemic. Now let's get you to the headlines of today. In first press conference, Taliban spokesperson says everyone is forgiven. Thrashing of journalists, DGP orders action against a police officer. Youth alleged murder over love affair with a girl in Shopian. SMC installed street lights at Shuja Guest House Lane. Kashmir reports 4 suicide attempts, multiple fire incidents, Levi dies in Baramulla. Domestic LPG cylinder price hiked by ₹25. Politicians, journalists, activists being punished for speaking truth in Naya Kashmir. Mehbooba Blood Network Baramulla today organized a blood donation camp. Now the details of these and other news. A Taliban spokesman had pledged to secure Afghanistan after the insurgents took over the country following a blitz that lasted over a week. Zabihullah Mujahid made the comment on Tuesday at his first news conference. For years, he had been a shadowy figure issuing statements on behalf of the militants. He said the insurgents sought no revenge and insisted that everyone is forgiven, even if they worked with the former government or with foreign governments or forces. We assure you that nobody will go to their doors to ask why they helped. Mujahid also pledged on behalf of the militants to honor women's rights, but within the norms of Islamic law. His assertion comes after the Taliban's earlier rule saw women's lives and rights severely restricted. The spokesman also said the Taliban wanted private media to remain independent, but stressed journalists should not work against national values. Mujahid stressed that Afghanistan would not allow itself to harbor anyone targeting other nations. That was a key demand in a deal the militants struck with the Trump administration in 2020 that led to the ultimate US withdrawal under current President Joe Biden. Many Afghans have expressed fear that the Taliban will return the country the brutal rule they used when last in charge, and foreign officials have said they will wait to see if the insurgents make good on their promises. A 21-year-old youth was allegedly murdered over a love affair in the Shopian district of South Kashmir on Tuesday morning. Speaking to the police, official said that the body of Shahid Ahmad Ganai, son of Mansoor Ahmad Ganai, a resident of the Orpora area in Shopian Nagbal, was found in the Turkmangam area of Shopian. The locals called the police, who rescued the body and have taken it for autopsy. The family members of Shahid, speaking to the Online News Hunt, have alleged that he was murdered by the family of a girlfriend in Turkmangam, where Shahid had gone to meet his girlfriend. He was in love with the girl who lives in the Turkmangam locality of Shopian for the past 5 years. However, the family of the girl never accepted the relationship. They said that the family of the girl tried to do everything possible to bring hurdles to the relationship, but the girl always supported Shahid and stood by him against the wishes of her family. The case eventually went to the police, where it was agreed that the two of them will be married. Both the families agreed, however, some of the village elders intervened and the family called off the planned wedding scheduled to be held in January. Both of them were in contact with each other. They wanted to marry each other. Last night, Tuesday, he had gone to meet the girl in Turkmangam. The next morning, his dead body was found near the house of the girl, the family member alleged. He has been murdered by the family of the girl. They brought in all possible hurdles in the way of the two getting married, the family members said. The Jammu and Kashmir police have lodged an FIR into the incident and further investigation has been launched. Since the SMC installed street lights at Shuja Guest House Lane near Ward Officer Office, Habakadal Babadam Road, all the street lights are non-functional. With the result, it is difficult to walk through the lane during night time for prayer or other purposes. The residents of this lane are therefore requesting the SMC authority to kindly display these lights, or new street lights may be installed. We have already requested the SMC for the repair, but nobody bothered to take any step for these non-functional street lights till date. A police officer who led a team of uniformed men to lathi-charge journalists while discharging professional duties here has been removed from his position, DGP Dilbag Singh said on Wednesday. Also, several other cops have been transferred or attached. Official sources said the police officer has been removed from his position, the top police officer told news agency Online News Hunt. Meanwhile, official sources told that 3 cops have been attached to DPL and 6 others have been transferred. Had resorted to lathi charge against the journalists covering protest attempts by Shia mourners on 8th Muharram at Lal Chowk. Camera of a photojournalist was also damaged. Earlier, the DGP said that he took serious wave of undesirable behavior by the police officer with some media men in Srinagar yesterday. He had asked SSP Srinagar to make immediate action against the erring police officer. 4 ladies attempted suicide, among which 1 died, while 4 structures, including a candle factory, were damaged in different fire incidents in Kashmir Valley. A 25-year-old lady committed suicide by consuming some poisonous substance at her residence at Kaliban area of North Kashmir's Baramulla district on Wednesday. Her relatives rushed her to the district hospital, where she was declared dead by the doctors, police officials said. Police sources told news agency Online News Hunt that a lady of Magam Handwara consumed some poisonous substance at her home and was shifted to PSC Magam for treatment. In a similar incident, a 15-year-old minor girl at Khag area of central Kashmir's Badgam consumed some poisonous substance at her home and was shifted to PSC Khag for treatment, where from she has been shifted to SMHS Hospital Srinagar for further treatment. Police in this regard registered an FIR under relevant sections. Sources added that a lady in a bid to end her life jumped into the river Jahlim at Khanpora area of North Kashmir's Baramulla district. Several fire incidents were reported from Valley as well. A candle factory owned by one Haji Muhammad Ramzan Malik of Galora Langit Handwara suffered partial damage to the said factory. Fire was brought under control by the firefighters and policemen. Cause of fire is being ascertained. In another fire incident, a single-story residential house of Muhammad Qasim Khatana and Mukhtar Ahmad Khatana was gutted at Khatana Mohalla Dursuma Manigam area of Ganderbal. Fire also damaged a cowshed of one Baljeet Singh and Arisbaji Hardu Surj Khag area of Badgam. Similarly, a fire broke out in the residential house of one Muhammad Saeed Samoon of Nei Basti Vanpora area in Gurez Bandipora and resulted in partial damage to the house. The price of a domestic 14.2 kilogram liquefied petroleum gas LPG or cooking gas cylinder was hiked by Rs 25 a piece on Tuesday. After the hike, a domestic cylinder would now cost Rs 859 in the national capital. The price has been hiked in similar proportion across the country. This is the second consecutive month that oil companies have hiked domestic cooking gas prices. A domestic cylinder cost Rs 809 on June 1st. This was hiked to Rs 834 on July 1st. Between January 1st and August 17, the price of domestic LPG cylinders has gone up to Rs 165 each. Former Chief Minister and People Democratic Party President Mehbooba Mufti on Wednesday said that the politicians, journalists and activists are being punished for speaking truth in Naya Kashmir. Talking to media person after her mother was questioned by the Enforcement Directorate today, as per the news agency, Mehbooba said that the agencies that were meant to do serious works have been used against the politicians. It is only chronology, as soon after I showed reluctance to meet elimination commission and staged protest on August 5. Summons were issued on the other day, she said. Meanwhile, Mehbooba's mother Gulshan Nazir was today questioned for nearly 3 hours in connection with a money laundering case. The Enforcement Directorate had issued notes to her mother asking her to appear before its office in Srinagar on August 18. Blood Network Baramulla told organized a blood donation camp in collaboration with Idara Imam Dalina Baramulla and Blood Bank GMC Baramulla at PSC Dalina. About 30 units of blood were donated, in which various blood donors from Dalina donated blood. Medical and paramedical staff from Blood Bank GMC Baramulla assisted this camp. Besides this, founding members of BNB, staff of Blood Bank GMC Baramulla and members of Idara Imam Dalina were present. Speaking on the occasion, the in charge of Idara Imam, Dr. Arshid Askari, appreciated organization of such blood donation camps which saves human lives. He expressed his gratitude towards all the blood donors and also appreciated the services being provided by Blood Network Baramulla. Founder Blood Network Baramulla expressed its thanks to Idara Imam Dalina, GMC Baramulla and PSC Dalina for smooth conduction of said camp. BNB will always be at the forefront in humanitarian services with reference to blood donation, he said. Kashmir University Ministerial Staff Association Wednesday observed 1 hour pen-down strike against the callous attitude of authorities at Kashmir University. Kashmir University Ministerial Staff Association has been demanding that there should be age relaxation for in-service employees for the posts that are being advertised by university from time to time. Sources told news agency Online News Hunt that over 2,000 non-teaching staff at the university observed pen-down strike from 11 p.m. to 12 noon today. Kashmir University Ministerial Staff Association President said that there is no progress on the issue of their demand with regard to relaxation of age and counting of experience for the advertised positions by the university. 1 hour tool-down strike was observed today to impress upon the university authorities to consider this demand, the president said. Now, news regarding sports. The tournament's first round kick-off on October 17 in Oman. India will clash with arch rivals Pakistan in their ICC T20 World Cup opener on October 24 in Dubai, the ICC announced on Tuesday. As per the schedule announced by the International Cricket Council, India's next opponent will be New Zealand on October 31 in Dubai, followed by a match against Afghanistan in Abu Dhabi on November 3. India's remaining 2 Super 12 matches are against the winner of Group B, November 5 in Dubai. India's Manika Batra seeded 6th scripted a commanding victory over Sabine Winter of Germany to march into the round of 16 in the women's singles first round of the World Table Tennis contender Budapest here on Tuesday. Joining Batra in the pre-quarter-finals were Archana Kamath and qualifier Srija Akola. Earlier, Archana and Srija scripted upset wins over higher-ranked opponents. Archana, ranked 134 in the world, defeated Yana Noskova of Russia in tough 5 games. Srija defeated Linda Bergström of Sweden, ranked 72, places higher at 78 in 5 games. Just won a terrific test at Lord's, and it is a good time to discuss their philosophy column that the team reflects its captain is one of the glitches of the sport. A great side of the contemporary game is the passion and energy that Virat Kohli brings to it, and the supreme confidence too, not just in himself as a player but in his team as well. Today's important Tasic report was given by our correspondent Salman Mead from Bandipora. District Bandipora known for 3 A's, that is Alim, Adab and Aab. Western north side of Kashmir, usually people see it as far-flung place as always neglected by the Jammu Kashmir government and district administration. This special report is about the situation people are suffering throughout the year and from a decade. After being shifted bus terminal from main Bandipora to Nusu area of same couple of years back at newly constructed district hospital, suddenly in 2021 administration decided to operate the hospital after nearly a decade of this project. Terminal was again shifted to far from main Bandipora, that is end of Nusu village. The problems people are suffering from is not only distance from the market but the undevelopment and unmacadamized terminal too. People have to pay 10 rupees per head from the market to get the buses and sumo cabs. However, it wasn't that big deal, but it doesn't stop here. People have to suffer throughout the year because of the undeveloped condition of bus terminal. During the monsoon and winter season, terminal gets full of water and can't even walk nicely. And on sunny days, people have to suffer from dust, which always affect the health of people, especially children and pregnant women account. Stay tuned for online news hunt for more details. Also allow me and my entire online news hunt team. Thank you.